Okay, this video is for invented strategies of adding and subtracting decimals. So I have some manipulatives here to help me out. I know that these are traditionally for to represent this bar as a 10. This would be 100, and then one of these would be a 1. So yes, these are used traditionally as 1s, 10s, and 100s, and then the big cube would be 1,000. But today I'm going to use them as decimal pieces. So this is going to be my whole, or my 1. My 1's place. So if I wanted to represent the number 3, I would need 3 of these. Okay. Since there are 10 of these bars that will fit in my 1, these become my 10th. Oops. So a bar is now a 10th. And since 10 of these little squares fit in a bar, these are going to be my hundredths. Why? Because 100 of them would fit inside my 1. So this is a way that you can teach decimals, because it's showing that this is your whole, and then a 10th would just be this one little piece of the whole. Similar to how you can do it with fractions. Okay, so to start us off, we can, let's add, this marker is running out, hold it. Let's add 1.1 and 12 hundredths plus 23 hundredths. Okay, so I'm going to show this with these. I have 1 and 1/10 and 2 hundredths. Okay, so this is 1 and 12 hundredths. So now we need to add 23 hundredths. So here is 2 tenths and 3, let me get it for color, 3 hundredths. Okay, so now I need to add these together. So I'm just going to slide these up. I'm going to move these up. So now I'm going to look and see what I have created. I have 1 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my answer is going to be 1 and 35 hundredths. Now what if I was subtracting this? Okay, so if I was subtracting this, in that case, I would need to take this away. So in order to do that, I do not have enough right here to take 23 hundredths away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break my whole down into 10 more. Let's see if I have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I broke my 100, or my 1 rather, into 10 bars, or 10 tenths. So now I have enough to where I can take away 23 hundredths. So I'm going to go ahead and take away 2 tenths, and now I don't have enough hundredths. So I'm going to break this bar down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I broke a bar down into 10 hundredths. So now I can take away 3 hundredths. 1, 2, 3. And we'll put these to the side because that's what I took away. And now I can look and see what I have left. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hundredths. So let's do standard algorithm and see if we are correct. Okay, so I can't take 3 from 2, and we'll borrow, and we'll get 0 there. 12 here, that gives me 9. 10 minus 2 gives me 8. Bring down the decimal. Okay, so we are correct. So these manipulatives work for both addition and subtraction, and you can use them for decimals even though they're originally taught to be ones, tens, and hundreds. Okay, so another strategy for adding and subtracting decimals, we're going to go with adding first. Let me just scoot all these out of the way. So let's say we have that same problem. Maybe I should put a 0 there. You get it. Okay, so instead of using standard algorithm, if you're looking at this and you're trying to do it in your head, an easy way to do this would be to go ahead and add your ones place. So I have 1 plus 0, and that gives me 1. Then I can add my tenths place. So 1 plus 2 gives me 3. So now I have 1.3. And now 2 and 3 hundredths gives me 0.05 or 5 hundredths. So I'm going to add that to my 1.3, and I get 1 and 35 hundredths. Now how could this help me with subtraction? Okay, so I'm going to start my ones place again. And this, when you do it this way, you do not have to line it up vertically, and that's what I love about it. So I have 1 minus nothing because I have nothing in my ones place. So 1 minus 0 equals 1. 1/10 minus 2/10, you're going to get negative 1/10. So now I'm going to combine these, and I know that 1 minus 1/10 gives me 9/10. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 hundredths minus 3 hundredths. So 2 hundredths minus 3 hundredths, that gives me negative 1/100th. So now I can add that to this. So when you add these together, you're going to subtract it. So when you subtract this out, you're going to get, oops. Why? Why did I do that? This one's negative, so I have to subtract 1/100th from 9. So to do that, I can't just add this here. I have to take away 1/10 and make 10 hundredths with it. And then I can take 1 away, giving me 9. Okay, so this might not be more simple for you, but for me to do it in my head without lining it up, this is much easier for me to do. Why does this work? Because you're still working with place value. You're still subtracting and adding within the same place values. You're just doing it in a different order than standard algorithm calls for.